the number of spaces or points you can move is dictated by whatever numbers on these dice. So for example, if you say you roll a 1, you can take, hey now, get over here. You can take a checker and move it one space. Remember, you always move in the same direction from high to low. So if you roll, let me roll something else, a 6, you can take this checker and move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. So again, like I said, the number on the dice dictates how many spaces you can move. So here is how we start the game. As you can see, since you're brown, you have 2 brown dice. Go ahead and put 1 in your shaker. Since I'm white, I have 2 white dice. I'm going to go ahead and put 1 in my shaker. Now, pretend that this is your hand and this is my hand. Both players are going to roll at the same time. Now, since I have a 2 and you have a 1, I don't know if you can see that, but I rolled a 2 and you rolled a 1. Since I was higher, that means I go first. Now, if we tied and we both rolled, let's see, where's it 2? If we both rolled a 2, then what we would do is we just put them in the shaker again and we would keep rolling until one of us got higher. But since I got a 2 that time and you got a 1, if I can find it, there we go. Here's what I'm going to do to start out. I'm going to move one of my checkers 2 spots and one of them 1 spot. So let's go ahead and let me think of a good play. I'm going to go ahead and move this one 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to go ahead and move this one 1. Remember, I'm going to be moving all my checkers like this, and you're going to be moving them all like this. So now my turn is over. I'm going to pick up my dice, put it back in my dice cup. Now you pick up your dice and put it in your dice cup, and since I'm done, it's your turn. So now put your dice in your dice cup and roll on the right side of the board. Now check this. Here's some little rules about rolling. First of all, your dice have to come from a dice shaker. You can't throw them from your hand or anything like that. Another thing is both dice have to come out. If you roll and only one dice comes out of the shaker, it's invalid. You have to roll again. And the last thing, they have to be on the right hand side of your board. They can't go off the board or anything like this. And the last rule I want to tell you, they can't be cocked on like any chip, or they can't be cocked up against the side of the board, or they can't land on any chips like that. They both have to land on the felt. If any of these rules are broken, you're gonna have to roll again. And again, these are the strict backgammon rules. It's like you know, not only common courtesy, but if you're playing in a tournament and you try to get away with a roll like this, then they probably beat the crap out of you. So anyways, make sure you're using proper rolling techniques. So let's go ahead and put your dice in your dice shaker and let's see what you get. You got a 3 and a 2. So here's what this means. You can move one checker 3 and one checker 2, or you can combine one checker and move a total of 5 spaces. So let's go ahead and take a look at some options. Go ahead and move this checker 1, 2, 3, and this one 1, 2. You could do that, for example, or what you could do is move this checker 5 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, and your 2 would be 1, 2. So check that out. Those are your different options. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave you with that second option right there, moving one checker 5 spaces. Now the only thing I want to point out before I let you guys go for this tutorial is one thing that you can't do. One thing that you can't do is you can't land on a space where I have 2 or more checkers. So for example, you can't take this checker right here and move 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. My checkers are already there, so you can't land on my space. So I set up kind of a block for you right here. So if you were thinking about landing on a space like this or landing on a space like this, it's invalid. You can't do that. So let's go ahead and play your 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 right now, and now your turn is over. So go ahead, pick up your dice, and put your dice in your roller right there. And until you put your dice in your roller, you can take back any move. But as soon as you put your dice in your roller, that's like saying, that's my end of my turn, I passed. So now let's go ahead and we'll give me one more roll before I let you guys go. So now again, since you just went, it's my turn. I got a 4 and a 3. So here's what I'm going to do. let's go ahead and move this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And I'm going to move this one 1, 2, 3, just like that. Now I'm done with my turn. Go ahead, grab my dice, put it in my shaker, and now it would be your turn. So now we learn the basics of backgammon, how to set up the board, what the bar, the points, the checkers mean, all the terms. And in the next tutorial, what I'm going to be teaching you is about hitting, which is pretty much means how to make your opponent really mad, how to bear off, and basically how to win the game. So there are a lot of other little rules, and once I teach you guys all the basic rules, then I can begin talking about strategy and some neat little tricks that you can do to give you the competitive advantage. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next tutorial.